Joining us now to continue the conversation, our good friend, Boston Herald columnist, talk show host extraordinaire, Howie Carr, Skyping in. So, Howie, 3 years ago, the president said it would be unconstitutional for him to act alone on immigration. What happened?
Well, as Ron Ziegler, Nixon's press secretary, used to say, that statement is now inoperative. The other part of the corollary that the president didn't mention is that if Congress does not send him any legislation, then the Constitution says he cannot take action. Congress proposes and he disposes. He doesn't oppose the Congress and do whatever the hell he wants to. I don't know what he's up to here, JD. I don't think he studied the election returns very well either. I don't know if you noticed what happened in Oregon. It's finally getting a little play here. Oregon was one of the very few states where the Democrats actually picked up seats in the legislature. The incumbent governor, despite a scandal involving his wife and an illegal alien, was reelected. They legalized pot, the voters did. But yet further down the ballot, they had a question on there saying, should illegal aliens be granted driver's licenses in Oregon? It barely made the ballot, barely got enough signatures. It was outspent by pro-illegal alien forces 10-1, and yet it was passed by the voters, restricting the issuance of driver's licenses to illegal aliens 2-1. 2-1 in one of the most Democrat states in the union, JD.
So, Howie, some Republicans are talking about, dare I say it, government shutdown. Won't that hurt the GOP? What's the likelihood of something like that happening?
I don't think I don't think it'll come to that. He's the little boy who's cried wolf one too many times on this government shutdown stuff. As we remember from the last government shutdown, exactly one person lost their jobs. It was just strictly smoke and mirrors what they did. They tried to stop people from taking pictures on the Great Smoky Mountain Thruway. They shut down veterans exhibits on the National Mall. That's all it was about. This is a bluff. This is it's not going to happen. I don't think the Republicans are going to fall into the trap anyway. Of course they'll be blamed, but the fact is I don't think that Obama is willing to go that far. I'm hopeful that somebody in his own party is going to say, hey, look, I mean, how many more seats do you want us to lose? We're already at like record lows. Fewer reps, fewer legislatures controlled than any time since Woodrow Wilson was president. I mean, this is a pretty bad situation that Democrats have got themselves into on a national level.
Yeah, but Howie, a minute 30 remains in this segment, and it's worth noting, my old colleagues, when the word shutdown is mentioned, a lot of the guys just seem to start to panic. And in any negotiation, when you take away the leverage and you have Speaker Boehner saying, well, there's not going to be a shutdown, but we're going to try to get out of here by December 11th or whatever, doesn't that cede the ground to the president in terms of this situation?
I suppose it does, JD. But sometimes you just got to. If somebody is trying to shoot himself, you just sort of stand back and let him do it. I don't know. I don't know what you can do in this case. I mean, this is just such a terrible disaster for the nation. As I said, even in places like Oregon, people have come to their senses about how insane this policy is of having open borders. And if Obama wants to go forward with this, it's I mean, it's shame on us for reelecting him in 2012 and electing him in 2008. But I don't know. At some point, you sin in haste and repent at leisure, and the American people are just going to have to take it, I guess.
Yeah, the only problem with the scenario as it exists now is how do you put the genie back in the bottle? If the president moves forward with these actions, even without constitutional muster, what do you do next? I don't know if we can put the genie back in the bottle, but I do know this, Howie Carr, you're coming back. We've got a lot to talk with you about, including a changing situation at the governor's mansion in Massachusetts. All that and more coming up with Howie Carr as we continue here on America's Forum on Newsmax TV.